Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a mug mat using 5-inch squares. So here you've got 4 different fabrics on that side and 1 different fabric on that side. And these are folded, and I'll show you how to do that. These are fun and quick and easy to make, would make great gifts. So to make a mug mat like this, you need to have 4 different 5-inch squares for your top, and another 5-inch square that's going to be on the other side of your mug mat. Then you need a square of batting, and here I've used a polycotton so that it's nice and thin, that's a fusible bat. And I need 1 more square that's hidden inside the mug mat. So to get started, I'm going to lay down my bottom side of the mug mat, and on top of that the batting, and then the hidden square. And I'm going to press those together because that's a fusible bat. They will stay together. Press it on both sides, and now that's ready to go, and I'm going to leave it with the right side facing up. And then my other 5-inch squares, I'm going to take those and I'm going to fold them in half with the right side out, and I'm going to press that line coming down there so that they're now half as wide. So I'm going to do that with all 4 of them, keeping them nice and edges nice and neat together. And you can do these with some really fabulous colours, or you could really make them match a particular decor. So here I have my 4 folded 5-inch squares and my one with the batting in between. So with the bottom side facing up, I'm going to start laying my other squares now with the folded edge towards the centre and the raw edges all even. I'm going to position 1, then the next one. Again, always keep that folded edge towards the centre of the mat and the raw edges to the outside. And you want to alternate your colours around, so that I want to go light and then dark and then light again. And then for the 4th one, this is just a little bit more tricky. You have to position that one nice and carefully, but we're not wanting that to sit over the top. We're wanting to bring this one up and position that one down so that they all lay over the top of each other. And then I would suggest that you might like to just pop a pin in each one, keeping those edges nice and even, making sure that your little center point here fits nicely together. And I'm using these flat-headed pins because I find that they tend to keep things sitting nice and flat so that you don't get bubbles in them. Okay, so now we're ready to sew. It's really, so far, so easy, with your hidden square on that side and your 4 squares folded and pinned to that side. Now I have prepared another piece ahead so that I don't have to mess around. You all know how to do a little bit of stitching. So we're just going to stitch around those edges, 1/4 inch in from the edge, all the way around. You don't have to leave any gaps like I've done here. You can see on this side that I have gone all the way around the edge, 1/4 inch in. And then when you're ready to do the next bit, you're going to trim off those corners. Just snip them off so that when you turn it, those corners are not so bulky. Okay, so we've now got trimmed corners all round, making sure you don't cut into your stitching. And now the fun part, you're going to get inside that and you want to turn those out so that the corners are all poking out. And you're going to turn it so that this fabric that was your right underside is showing. So turn all 4 corners out. And by cutting those little corners, snipping those corners off, this is going to make this bit so much easier for you. And now you just need something. I use these scissors that I find are really handy for just pushing that corner out. You don't want something too sharp that's going to rip a hole in your corner. But certainly you want to be able to push it out so that you can get a nice sharpish corner. It's never going to be really sharp because of that layer of batting in there, but you want it to look as square as you can when it's finished. And there you have that, looking really nice. Now you just want to make sure that those sides come out so that they're all sitting straight, and you also want to make sure that your center is interlocking nicely there, and you can see that hiding in there is your hidden square. So now go back to the iron and you want to press those sides so that they're sitting nice and straight. looking great. You want to make sure your centre is locking nicely. Turn it over, press the other side, and you're nearly done. Now you just have to go back to your machine, and you're going to just sew in 1/4 inch all the way around that edge, so that just gives that a nice quilted finished edge. And really that's all there is to it. That hidden square in there doesn't really get seen, but it's there to keep it all nice and tidy, and you don't need to stitch that down to cover that hole, because it's quite fun. You could pop little hidden messages in there. These would be great gifts. Here I've made a little set that I'm going to use as a gift for somebody, and just tied up with a nice ribbon. These would make fabulous gifts. You could make them as little party mug mats. You could put little hidden tokens inside for a birthday party perhaps. So really that was just a little fun project. I hope you're going to enjoy making some of those yourselves. Thanks so much.